Hello, I'm back. Almost 2 years later and I'm uploading back on my channel. I think it's fair to say I've learned a lot, and I think a lot of people can in 2 years, nearly 2 years, which I have, and it's crazy what's happened. Like, I've got a dog who you may see. Here he is, my lovely Harry. Hello. Wanna come here? Okay. Sorry about that. I have a new bedside table, new bulb, many books, because when I last did this, it was during lockdown 1.0 in the UK, about May time, and I decided to start my channel because I felt a bit lost. I was finishing my placement year in business and I hated it. I really hated it. It was in bid management, as boring as it sounds. Some people love it. It wasn't for me. I learned a lot. It's in the past. So fast forward to now, I'm working in marketing in a job I really enjoy. I've got a degree under my belt. I've done my job in a supermarket, which I also loved. It was really cute, helped me get more money in. But also I've had like a mini revamp of 1, my blog, and 2, myself. What do I mean by that? So my blog, I've just given it a bit of a refresh, a little bit of a rebrand, changed some of the colours and just made it more me, because before I was a bit stuck and I didn't really know where I was going, what I wanted to do, and I mainly started it because other people were doing that and I was making stuff that just wasn't me, and I knew it, and I've put some of the videos I made back to live now, and one of them I haven't. It was a H&M haul and I was just buying for the sake of it. There was nowhere to go. I didn't feel confident in myself. Now that is a lot more different. I'm in a better headspace. So I guess that kind of combines into the second point. Me, I've improved myself, my well-being, my mental health, which is an important topic to me. And I found my niche, really. I've always had a lifelong adoration of books. I'm not an English baccalaureate, literature, language, whatever student or graduate, whatever, but I don't think that matters. Like, I love books. I'm a very fast reader. I just absorb things, and I'm very lucky that I don't mix up storylines and characters and genres like that. Oh, Harry's on my laptop, wait. So yeah, and I've also learned, looking back, I just look a bit awkward, and my style, I was chopping and changing a lot, adding so many effects. I was doing too much, too soon, so we're back to basics. I've got my phone, a tripod. The audio may not be the best. I don't have a microphone, but I'm hoping to get that fixed quite soon. Let me just change the lighting and see if this works. One sec. Okay, I'm not sure if that's done much. You'll see in a sec. So I'm here. I'll finally get to my video and why I'm filming this. Books. I love books. Lizzie's week, I love books. I read like at least one to 2 books every week. And I flip between genres. I'm mainly into romance, fiction, and then more into like thrillers and crimes now. So I post on my I post on my blog Lizzie's Week. So I upload on there at least twice a week I try to do, and I mix that between mainly books, and then I might throw in like mental health stuff and then beauty as well. So today, you hopefully clicked on this video because I am going to discuss this one, my lovely library book. Oh, there we go. The Multi-Hyphen Method by Emma Gannon. Work less, create more, and design a career that works for you. If you're not familiar with who Emma Gannon is, she is an author, a blogger, podcaster, and she edited British Glamour, mainly online. But she also has, as I said, her podcast called Control-Alt-Delete, where she mainly interviews people about their work, social media, their careers, and mainly writers, which is what I became more interested in and how I came across her. Now this book, you're wondering, what does it mean? What is the title? What's a multi-hyphen thing, method? Or should I say a multi-hyphenate? So this book is one I saw, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago. It was all over, like, influencers pushing it and saying they've read it. And at the time I was just like, I don't need another self-help book that puts me down and makes me feel more like worse about myself. And to be honest, I just didn't have the capacity to even try and change my attitude or mentality. Fast forward to now, 2022, about a week into February. We've gone through many lockdowns, pandemics, and the world of work has changed. The world. People are working from home. We have Zoom. There's hybrid working. And this book, wow, let me tell you, it is crazy how outdated books can get. And this is only, I think this is published in 2017. And whilst it's outdated, much of it is still relevant now. You're probably wondering, like, how does that make sense? Well, let me tell you. So, Emma Gannon writes about how we should need to change the world of work, or back then when she wrote it. So we go into the office, bums on seats, you get paid, being seen to be working, which is the old outlook, should we say. It's the 9 to 5, the usual 9 to 5. It's a very dated model. It's like nearly 200 years old. If I'm correct, I think it was Henry Ford of Ford Motors. He penned that idea. But that was before all this technology and then your social media. I mean, like, things on our wrists now, like, it's all like super, super quick, so responsive. And Gannon addresses this in a way of how we should be changing. So she says, work less, create more. People are valuing their time more. So millennials, Gen Y, Z, X, whatever. We value our time more. We want our independence. Like, we don't want to be there, our bosses beckon and call all the time, because being in the office, yeah, it's good to connect with people, but it may also not be the most efficient way of using your time, because she mentions you waste so much time just sitting there. You might be like pretending to look busy, but you're not actually busy, and waste your time speaking to people, like half an hour wasted here and there by the water cooler, doing little tasks, and it just doesn't add up to as much productivity. Whereas now, working from home, like, we didn't have the option to go to the office during pandemics. The government said, work from home, don't come in. Fine. I think it's like that for a lot of people. Okay, so what is the multi-hyphen method? It's about being a multi-hyphenate. Now, what is that? It's basically being kind of your own boss, but not. Hear me out. Having multiple strings to your bow. So if, like, you're fine with your job, or like you want to go beyond that, it's about expanding your capabilities and working on your own skills, so your skill set. And she balances this in like 10 topics, 10 chapters throughout the book. So burnout is a big one. I think we've learned that, because since working from home, many people, they're not going back into the office now. It's mainly hybrid working. And it's so easy to just, you want to be seen to be working, and people may think you're behind your computer at home, like you can just dilly-dally, do what you want. But no, people are actually working more from home now. It's crazy, like answering their emails after work hours, or the average working day has actually increased by an hour, which is crazy. I mean, like, we're tired enough as it is, and has talks of these 4-day work weeks, but I still think we've got a way to go. Now, I was a bit torn with this book. At the start, I was reading, like, it's outdated, this book. And, like, as soon as I read it, I was like, hold on, it's outdated because it's relevant now. It's happening. We've already seen the change. So she was saying, like, we need to be able to work flexibly, and we don't have to be in the office all the time. We can see people here and there, but not every day, not the usual 9 to 5. And how did she make this work? She became a multi-hyphenate. So she was working these 9 to 5 hour jobs, and she was not being efficient or productive with her time. But then she made a really big decision to work on herself, which is nothing to frown upon. It's like admirable. It's just balancing this with not overworking yourself. So she would spend her evenings or part of her weekend upskilling herself. So whether that be courses or watching YouTube videos, building her online profile, following, whatever. And she's done that. And now, alongside her job, it was a sacrifice at the start, which is what she makes clear. And she encourages you, and just, she was basically summarizing a lot of my thoughts, and like giving me that confidence, like, I could do this. And this is kind of what inspired me to do this again. Like, I started it, and I hid back because nothing was happening. But you've got to be consistent and have resilience, be patient, have trust in yourself, and build up that confidence, build up your skills, find your niche, because everyone is different. Everyone has their way with people and their own skills. Mine, books, I'm developing my craft, and my blog, I love my blog. I do it because I want to. It's not to make money or anything, it's just to share my love of books, see what everyone else is reading, and also writing. I love writing anyway. It's mainly in my job as well, in digital marketing. We've come a very long way since my placement year. And I write blogs, I write social media posts, and then with my own blog, I of course write my blog posts, but also part of my, shall we say, hobby and what I would love to do is write for a living, whether that be copywriting or being an author. Now, I tried this, I think it was, when we first started working from home, I think it was around March 2020. I then started writing my own novel in about April, May. It's a challenge. That one is like literally on the shelf because I just wasn't getting anywhere, and it was ebbing away at my confidence because I wasn't putting pen to paper. Fast forward to the start of this year, I made a conscious choice to just ensure I was happier, and that meant like continuing on my personal development, my blog writing, reading what I enjoy, trying out more, and pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I think that's a very important thing to do, and a lot of people can be scared of that. Also, some people can, thanks Harry, some people can struggle to find the time to do that, and that's the thing with self-help books. Excuse me. That's the thing with self-help books. They're very good for theory, but then in practice it can be quite difficult. Please don't bark, Harry. As I was saying, this book is about working less and creating more. So it's a sacrifice at the start. I think it's like that with anything. If you want it to be successful, you've got to be resilient, persistent, patient. Let your work speak for itself. She speaks about like generations and different motivations amongst people. So I find this with my experience talking to others of different generations. You have some that are just like, you sit down, you get paid for your wage, that's fine. But our younger generations now, we want more from that. We want to be recognised and do what we enjoy. Like, you're allowed to enjoy your job. Whereas the old saying is like, you can't. You just get your money, go home, come back for work on Monday and start it all again. And I don't think that's right. I want to be happy in my life, because we're at work for what, a third of our lives, I think? And I just don't think that's the right attitude. There's also creating a good work culture. So for you, for your colleagues, whatever, and a good work-life blend, which is like, I think we all want that. We're becoming busier. Technology is at our fingertips. We're never switched off. Even on holiday, some of us, we just check an email here and there. Am I right? So would I recommend this book? Well, it depends what you want from a job. I'm guessing because you clicked on this, you had an interest in the book, interested in adding more to yourself, upskilling yourself, and just enhancing your creativity and just working on yourself, on your future, and making it easier. I think one of the things about this book is it's about making your side hustle work and turning your craft into a career so you can enjoy it. She says it's also about creating your own definition of success, so navigating your way towards that. This is a very useful book, in my opinion. I would recommend it. I would. Mainly because it's for those who are motivated and want more from their career, for their future self. So if you work now, I'm sure you will see the benefits pay off later. For example, I'm glad I started this blog. It's my creative outlook. See, it makes me excited talking about it. Creative outlook, and it upskills myself as well. Because I got my current job because of my skills that I worked on myself. Yes, there's a little bit of investment, but it all pays off. The rewards, you reap them in the end. And I think that is something everyone could benefit from. Like, what's the worst thing? The worst thing is you didn't try. And I'm so glad I did. Reading this book, She gives tips on money, managing yourself, your time, whereas I thought, like, yeah, how did she actually do it? I guess that's what I wanted more of from her in this book. Like, how did she become a multi-hyphenate? Like, she mentions it here and there, but there's no clear, I guess, bullet point structure of how she did it. But I guess that's part of the journey. That's how she did it. So yeah, I hope that's a good enough summary for you. This is very unique in what you take away from it and what you want from yourself and for your future career. So yes, Emma Gannon, the whole multi-hyphen method. So yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you if you made it to the end. So subscribe if you want, like this video if you want, and I hope you enjoyed it. So I will hopefully see you again soon. I wish you all the best, and that's goodbye from me.